Over the last number of years, small pipe playing has become such a big part of our overall bagpipe world. The instruments have become fun, exciting, easy to take care of, from the simplest of poly instruments to bellows-driven small pipes with engraving and cane reed sound with wonderful harmonics. We receive a number of questions here about what bagpipes are best for me and how, and how do I go about getting them and how do I play them. So what we want to do here is go over a few of the differences between the different instruments, talking the styles of instruments, the keys you play in, the materials that they're made out of, simple things like the different drone configurations, things like that. So we're going to take a few minutes here and just touch on a few things to see if we can't find the right small pipe that fits your playing style. One of the first things we need to decide when we go to look for a small pipe is the style of instrument you'd like to play. There are two different styles of small pipe. There is the standard style that plays and is supported by your left shoulder, just like our Highland bagpipes. And a lot of people find this a great way to go because they're very familiar with this style of playing. The other style is more of the Scottish small pipe or lap pipe, where we play with the drone supported by our right forearm. This instrument is normally played sitting down due to the fact that the movement of the single drone can change pressures if we're standing up. So it's not a rule, but it usually is looked at as a sitting instrument, whereas the parlor or folk fireside style bagpipe is supported by the drones, which means we can march around our living room if we want to play tunes. Also can play them sitting down. Another thing to remember about small pipes is if we're playing a Scottish Highland bagpipe, all the fingering, all the embellishment, and all the music will be the same from our Highland bagpipes down to our small pipes, making it it's already an instrument a new instrument that we already know how to play, because all of our tunes will transfer straight over. The next thing we kind of want to look at within those instruments are the keys that they're available in. First off, the number one key that we find here at the shop is the key of A. Highland bagpipers, we love to get out of B flat anytime we can. So by moving to the key of A, we can play with common folk musics and musicians and the orchestra at the organ player at the church, fiddles, harps, pianos, guitars. It's really nice in the key of A. If we play in the key of B flat, we're basically playing something that's very, very similar to our practice chanter. So it makes for a very quick switch from playing our practice chanter to a small pipe. That being said, practice chanter can be a very tiring instrument at times, where a small pipe with the reserve of air, you can play for literally hours and not be tired because you're playing such a light instrument. It takes very little air to play these instruments. But, and then the third key that's very popular is the key of D. It is a very small piccolo style chanter where you need to switch your hands to the fingertips to play a very delicate instrument at high speed. So that's probably the least desired because it's a little trickier to play. A and B flat are the easiest and best known. Another thing to talk about is whether we want our small pipes to be mouth blown, which tends to be the most popular, or bellows blown, which tends to be the more traditional. Bellows blown are nice because it's a dry play and you can play cane reeds and there's some harmonics that come into play there. The bellows, it's a technique that must be learned. Not that tricky. It's just another discipline that we have to put some time into. The mouth blown makes it for a very easy transition, and due to the fact that most of the pipes have synthetic bags and synthetic reeds, the moisture issues don't come into play in most instruments. Another thing to think about is what you would like your small pipes to be made out of. There are three options. There's polypenco, which is a plastic, and then we have our wooden options, which would be cocobolo or African blackwood. Obviously, the poly are going to bring a lot of durability to your small pipe playing, making them easier for some travel and camping and it just the places where you'd put a little more stress on your instrument. Some of the higher end instruments with the blackwood tend to have, you're going to need possibly a case to take care of it. But the beauty of the wood and the embellishment to some of the metal work, it looks like a natural thing to upgrade to the blackwood instruments and have a lifetime heirloom. Be sure to take a look at our small pipe showroom on our website and listen to the individual instruments. And you can give us a call here at the shop anytime, and we can answer any questions you have on small pipes. It is it's like having a new instrument that you already know how to play, because the transition is very easy and they are a lot of fun to play.